Before we really get into the session today, I wanted to demonstrate or show this. It's part of how I've been warming up for my squats. It's kind of taking an idea from Chris Duffin actually introduced me to this particular warm-up, and it kind of incorporates the same idea of the mobility that Johnny Candido always talks about with a neutral or with a shoulder width overhead squat for making sure that your shoulder mobility and your hip mobility are solid. And the way that Chris runs it is what I'm focusing on when I'm doing it. You take a band, you put it somewhere around, I'd say about mid chest height, and you hold it above your head with a shoulder width grip, and you have to keep your chest from separating and leading with your rib cage. You have to keep that all braced in, focus on your breathing, but still keep your scapulas and your shoulders engaged, and it really does show how mobile you are, and it's really been helping me a lot when it comes to my squats. Yes, I'm a low bar squatter. Yes, it's okay that my squats tend to be more leaned forward than that position demonstrates, but what that has really been helping me do is keep my shoulders mobile enough that I can keep my elbows underneath me and I can throw them hard anytime I start to slow down in a squat. That's been really big for allowing me to keep my thoracic stability and bracing even when a weight starts to get heavy and it makes me want to start collapsing. I can throw those elbows really hard and maintain that spine neutrality without having to bring my chest up and actually destabilize my thoracic spine. So, fun little thought there. It's something that I've been cueing some of my clients for in the coaching, and it's something that I've been really thinking of a lot for myself, and it's been helping tremendously just on being used to cueing those when I do get under load. So you saw squats themselves today. I was trying to move faster than I have. I've gotten into the bad habit of these of probably taking a little bit longer time on these volume days than I need. And my goal today was to shave off some time from what I had been doing. So even though I did start out with the 500 triple and the 545 single of beltless work, I decided it would be a good idea to keep practicing with my belt. Because the squats weren't good enough to warrant doing that other, kind of adding in that other difficulty. And that's how I really do approach whenever you add something that's tougher or when you add accessory or variation. I think that you have to earn the privilege to do accessories. I'm very big. People ask me all the time, do I do accessory movements? Do I do other lifts? And I said, well, no, because I've still got so much work that I have to do on those core lifts. And if I have a substantial crazy weakness that's really imbalancing everything and it's negatively affecting my the competition lift, then yeah, I will address it directly. Right now with the core stability, I have an ab roller, and I've been really focusing on doing some core work to try, and as well as my hip mobility and shoulder mobility, trying to keep those up to a really high standard so that I can get better in those positions. But I'm also a really big proponent in training the lift as a competitive movement, and the closer you get to a competition, the more I say you should take variation away overall and include slight variations, like I do with the long pause benches or the super wide grip or the close grip, and now with the pause deadlifts. But I think that's really beneficial to a point, but you have to still keep your focus on the main movement. At least that's my training philosophy. That's my training, I don't want to say my method, but it's the method that I tend to stick more towards when it comes to building strength as a powerlifter and being a powerlifter. Not necessarily building your absolute strength across the board to make you good at a whole bunch of other things. My focus is on being the best power lifter that I can be, and there's a careful distinction that has to be made when addressing that versus someone who's just trying to get strong in a lot of different modalities, I guess. Someone like a CrossFit athlete, or even someone like a strongman. Every time I talk to my buddy Zach McCarley, who's a strongman pro, I tell him I'd go crazy if I had to try to train for 15 different events that could be different from show to show, and the equipment's always different. And it's I enjoy having 3 relatively easily measured competitive movements, and then I look at like Olympic lifting and I'm like, well, they only have 2, but they're so incredibly technically based. You can't ever grind out a snatch, and it would just break my soul every time I'd miss those. But anyway, back to the workout. Worked up, I think I hit 2 doubles with the belt up at 545. Dropped down to 535, which was the weight I meant to take. I was trying to hit 85% for some doubles, but I ended up hitting 87 with that 545. So dropped down to 85% for a couple of triples, and then dropped down to 82.5% for a few more triples to finish out the squatting. I actually finished 15 minutes faster than I did last week, even though I got more volume, and all of the volume was pretty much at a higher intensity. Like the average intensity went up this session, so that was kind of cool. On to my long pause benches. Trying to count these for 5, but I just get nervous under that big weight whenever I jump up. This is the most weight I've handled, period, in a long time. I hit it for a single a few days ago, but having to take it for a long pause just makes me a little bit nervous, so I was pretty hesitant, and I think I sunk it a little more than I needed to, or more than I really wanted to. But I've been having a little bit of tightness in my pec minor on the right side, just from the volume of benching, so I decided to bring the intensity down a little bit from last week on that, but still aim for the same amount of volume with 305, and it went alright. I think my bench has been progressing really quickly. It tends to peak really sharp when I get into a meet prep phase, and so I want to hold off a little bit on that and make sure that I don't rush and hurt myself. I've got plenty of time, and I'm just really excited moving forward. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Right there, the workout write-up is up, and you can check that out for any of those little details. And yeah, go ahead, leave comments down below. It's really one of my favorite parts of this channel, is reading the comments and trying to respond as many as I can. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy it. If you didn't like it, and go ahead and watch it again. Try again. Give yourself another chance to enjoy this. Hopefully you will take something positive away from it no matter what. But other than that, I have my deadlifts tomorrow, and a lot of food right now, and a lot of stretching and rolling out and getting ready to do that. So wish me luck, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.